What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is a final recap, final thoughts and memorable moments that I have highlighted for this game that took place on Saturday evening between Ireland and the All Blacks. One of the greatest tests, if not the greatest test of 2018. A memorable moment obviously for Irish fans, and an epic battle between the two. Ireland winning their first test against the All Blacks in Dublin, which was truly a remarkable moment for them. Both teams really gave it their all, showed so much heart and potential, and credit to them for putting up a spectacular show. Now what I want to do in this video is just give my thoughts. I'm choosing my top 5 players from each team, as well as memorable moments that really changed the game and gave the authority to them. Just a few thoughts on the two coaches of the game. Before we get started, big welcome to all the new subscribers. This channel has grown quite drastically in the past 2-3 days. I think over 700 new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for subscribing and joining me on the journey. We are less than 500 subscribers away from 10,000 subscribers. I cannot believe we might hit that goal in the next few weeks before the end of the year. Truly grateful and thankful to each and every one of you. Thanks so much for joining. Let's get to the business of the day. What an epic game. Truly amazing stuff from both teams, really. I know we're obviously giving credit to Ireland because they won the game, but there were also some moments of spark from the All Blacks. There were some intense moments at the end there where the All Blacks could have maybe scored and drawn in the game, but at the end of the day the better team won, and that was Ireland. But holy macaroni, it was a game to remember. Now obviously as a South African, it's unusual for a neutral to get so excited for a game, but obviously I've got a special place in my heart for these two teams because majority of my subscribers come from Ireland and New Zealand, so I'm a big fan of both rugby nations. I've grown up watching them since I was a youngster, so to be able to review and preview a game like this, a spectacular game like this, is truly a dream. It's not even like work, it's just fun. I love it, I really do. So let's get into the topic for today. Now what I'm going to do is go through my top 5 players from both teams. I'm going to start off with the All Blacks. So for me, my top 5 players that stood out was Ben Smith. The reason, he was just looking like a threat. He was, every time he got the ball, his pace is really superb, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to on him to do it. But he really had a good game for me, and I was impressed with him. Ardie Savea, best All Black forward by far for me. He was committed, hungry, brave, and he really did give the Irish a good run for their money, and credit to Ardie. He's really had a very good end of year tour. I'm very impressed with him. Then I've got Owen Frank's huge defensive performance in the first half, and had to shore up scrum with Big Cole, who was unfortunately struggling. So Owen really showed his experience and why he's such a brilliant veteran. He really shone for me, and so he's also there. Then I've also got Anton Lienert-Brown. He was on the bench, but for me he was one of the best backs alongside Ben. I mean, he was tough, direct and mistake free. He really had a good game, and it's a pity he couldn't start because he also hasn't had the worst of season. So I was quite impressed with how Anton Lienert-Brown played, so well done to him. And then Jack Goodhue, I thought he didn't miss one of his 19 tackles, which is truly amazing. The most of his side, and the equal of Irish Lock Ryan, which was pretty impressive. So for me, great performances from those players. Obviously there were others who did okay and not so okay, but it was a strong performance from these guys who really showed up, and really just gave it their all, even in the tough times. I'm feeling for them, especially with the silly errors that they made. It's not easy, especially Brodie Retallick at the end there. It must hurt, but I mean, these things happen in rugby. All of our countries have been through it, so it's just one of those things. For Ireland, pretty much the whole team stood out, and really played like champions, but I'm only highlighting 5. Obviously there were more. So first and foremost, Peter O'Mahony was absolutely outstanding. Player of the match by far. Inspirational turnovers, defence carries. Peter did it all. He really was the star on the field for me for Ireland. I think it was absolutely brilliant. I saved Ireland a few times. James Ryan, next in line for me, 22-year-old with a very big future and such a strong performance from the man. Well done to him. He's really looking good, and I think as Ireland progress and grow and develop towards the World Cup, that boykie's going to be a star to remember. Jacob Stockdale, of course he's going to be there. One of the best tries of the year I've seen. Truly remarkable. Outrunning Aaron Smith at the end there. The chip kick to get over was truly stunning. He's a real talent on the wing for Ireland. And as I mentioned in the previous video of the final thoughts, his speed is very impressive. And hopefully he's like an injury-free bloke until the World Cup and makes it in there, because he's definitely a strong force that will definitely help Ireland. Then I've got this South African boykie. I've actually got more than 5 players, but who cares? CJ Stander. I mean, bloody hell, his toughness and work rate helped the Irish control the breakdown. He saved them in a few turnovers too. He really is a tough contender, and the battle between, well, I'll get to the battles in a bit, but jeepers, he played strong rugby, and I wish he was playing for South Africa. I really do, but that's one of those things. To the one that got away, but outstanding player. Then I've got to go with my prop wiki, Ty Furlong. I mean, he was absolutely outstanding as well. Had the better of the opposite with Big Cole. Didn't have the greatest battle, but probably the best tight end in the world. Truly remarkable player, and well done to him for really giving it his all. And then I've added here an extra, Johnny Sexton, but I'll get to why in a bit. And that's where it comes to the winner of my battles that I set. Now, I picked out a few battles that I was looking forward to the most, and I want to give, obviously, who I think was the winner, and I think you guys will agree with me. Sexton versus Barrett. Winner was Sexton on the day. Canny option taking, but he was also physical on defence too, and outplayed the opposite Beauden Barrett in that game. So well done to Johnny Sexton for really showing up, and a definite for me should be, with the year Ireland's had, deserved World Player of the Year. I think he really deserves it. Brodie Retallick versus Devin. This was one hell of a battle that I didn't think would go the way it went. Brodie Retallick is one of the best number 4s in the world, is the best number 4 in the world. Unfortunately for him, he just was a bit rattled and made a few errors, especially at the end there. But I mean, taking nothing away from him, I know how good he is, I know he's the best. But for me, credit to Devin. He played a strong game, and against opponents like that, he was really strong in the lineouts. He was strong within the attack of the field too, the defensive line. I was very impressed. Clearly the kid screaming in the background agrees with me. Well done to him. He's my winner of that battle. Furlong, Franks. Obviously I said Franks had a great game. Technically he was battling Cole, but for me Tyke wins. True outstanding player. CJ Stander versus Kieran Reid. Obviously CJ Stander wins that battle for me. Both talented players, but Kieran obviously made the odd mistake and seemed to have a little bit of a shoulder injury, which maybe held him back a bit. But CJ Stander, outstanding game. And then Stockdale versus Rico Ioane, another bloody good player. But for me, Stockdale won the battle after that fantastic try that he scored. So after the battles, I was chuffed with how it went. It was just as exciting. A few surprises, especially with Devin. But amazing stuff, and also the top players, epic performances. Now, the deciding moments of the game that I've highlighted in my notes here. And number 1, obviously, as I've mentioned, Jacob Stockdale's brilliant individual try. I mean, he was just brilliant. He beat Aaron Smith in the foot race, scooped up the ball and used his momentum to get over the line. It was a game's only try, which is also an important one, but one of the best tries of the year in my opinion. Truly outstanding performance from that man. Then I got Peter O'Malley's try-saving grab in the 61st minute. Who can forget it? Such an epic moment where the All Blacks could have maybe scored a try. One of the best, I'm probably one of the best, looking to be one of the best number 6s in the world. The Munster man tackled his heart out, but was at his defensive best when he somehow got back to make the snatch. which was truly amazing from Bernard Batter's grabber and Sam Whitelock breathing down his neck. And well done to Peter for getting that one. That was truly, truly remarkable. Definite saver, because I mean, if All Blacks scored, then the tails are up and something could have changed. So that was a big moment for them. Obviously, Kieran Reid's knock on in the 44th minute. After doing all the hard work to charge the Irish kick down, all he needed to do was scoop the ball up, get it through to Jack Goodyear, and the All Blacks would have had a chance. But unfortunately for him, he knocked the ball on, and that was a costly error, which again, these little errors just seem to take away. I know from a Springbok point of view, it just unfortunately gets you, and if you don't capitalise against a team like the Irish as well, you will just miss out. And it's weird pointing out small little things that cost the All Blacks, but unfortunately for Kieran, who I have so much respect for and a lot of time for, it just wasn't his day. And then Sinclair Stunner's turnover in the 63rd and 71st minute, such important moments of the game that really once again helped the Irish just build momentum and capitalise from possible options to score a try. So well done to CJ Stander. Once again, should be playing for South Africa, but I'll get over it. But epic performance from him. Well done to him. And then I've got last but not least, Brodie Retallick's final act. The fumble in the 80th minute. The All Blacks were looking on the strength there. They were attacking hard. They were playing the rugby that I know. As I said, in the 65th minute, the All Blacks normally put on the gas, and they surely did give it a go. They had every moment. I think a lot of people were saying it's going to be a draw. I was watching 10-14 second screen, and you just saw the comments saying it's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw. Even Driving Maul said a few times this could be a draw, and it really had to look out to be one. And if it was, it would have been heartbreaking for the Irish fans, but it would have been a hell of a redemption for the All Blacks once again, proving, because I said it to my mate while watching the game, these boykies play more than 80 minutes, and if they don't do something or mess up, or if Sinclair doesn't steal the ball, they're going to score guaranteed. And then Brodie, of all players, loses the ball. My heart goes out to the man. It's not easy when you make an unfortunate error like that, but these things happen. We know these moments. Francois Lowe nearly did it. Well, he did do it against the Springboks in New Zealand, and we nearly lost the game, but thankfully we capitalised on a moment and got the luck of the draw. But epic stuff, epic game, really truly amazing. I'm still buzzing from it. My previous videos got over 20,000 views, which is the most I've had in such a short period of time. So thank you to all the support and the shares and the watchers, the subscribers, the likers, everything. I really appreciate all the support that you've given me over this time. We've got one more week left, heartbroken that it's coming to an end. But we got a few predictions coming up as well as the recap. So don't go anywhere, guys. We're just getting started. We've still got Six Nations. We've still got World Cup. Still got Championship. Don't go anywhere. Rugby's not ending. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends. Let them know. And let's get past 10,000 by the end of the year. What a game. Let me know your thoughts. Who were your top 5 players for All Blacks in Ireland? Your greatest moments. It doesn't have to be 6. It could be 1 or 2. But I just wanted to recap once again. Give a bit more of an analytical feedback. I know I did stats yesterday. But just my personal opinion on what I thought of the game. My moments. That really were shiners for the changing of the game for Ireland, and obviously my players for the All Blacks as well, because you've got to give credit where credit is due, and for me those players stood out and had a big impact for the All Blacks. And I've got a lot of time for the All Blacks, and will give credit wherever I can find, because they are the best team in the world for a reason, and I will always respect them for that. But for now, 2018, the best team in the world is Ireland. Congratulations to Ireland. Just a quick one on the two coaches. We've got Joe Schmidt and Steve Hansen. Credit to these guys for really building two magnificent teams. Joe is been rumoured recently to be the next coach in line for the All Blacks. What a coach it will be if he gets there. I'm sure he will want to go back to his old home. But we'll have to wait and see. He's settled quite nicely in Ireland, and I already see a few of you doing the hashtags, don't go Joe. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Steve apparently is going to do his final thoughts on what he's going to do from World Cup or after World Cup, if he's going to stay, if he's going to leave. I'm sure he's going to end up heading off. I mean, he's had a remarkable career. And, I mean, sure, but he's done miracles with the All Blacks and totally deserves a break. But it's going to be an epic, interesting battle to see who next in line for the All Black job. If it was me, I'd say Joe Schmidt. Take him within a heartbeat. He's a great coach. But for Ireland, the way they've come so far, I hope he also stays there. So I'm 50-50, but I do understand if he leaves. It's his home country. But brilliant coaches, congratulations to them, especially Joe, on a remarkable year with Ireland, totally transforming this team into something really special, making history this year in all aspects of the game. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations to Ireland fans, and also to New Zealand for also a very good year. You're still #1, so well done on that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys real soon for another video. It will be tomorrow, so stay tuned, stay safe, and never give up. Cheers.